2017 Hot 6 GSL Season 1 Code S Round of 16.
We have an update for you guys. Those, in fact, were Barbie wrist guards on Mario.
That's right.
I am going to Toys R Us right after this.
Oh my God.
And buying them all up. I need those Mario powers.
Pick me up some, man. I just have some random sport ones at home. I need the Barbie ones for sure.
Yeah, what do you wear? Nike ones? You loser?
Yeah.
Barbie wrist guards are the way to go.
Mario's got
Mario
style.
does based God, does not care. We are now moving into the losers match. This is Bunny versus SOS. We see Bunny right now in a meditative state. SOS is no easy opponent. This guy is easily one of the most accomplished StarCraft 2 players of all time.
That is an absolute fact. Two-time world champion. That just about says it all. But also, even an IEM world champion. You know, you just
second place in our last season of GSL Code S, losing only to Bjorn,
who eventually ended up winning the whole world championships as well.
And Bjorn's not here anymore, guys. SOS, at least for now, still is.
Yeah, and
this is going to be very tough for Bunny.
Here's the thing: if he can get through this group for him is harder than the round of 8. If he gets second place, he hits Hero, and historically he's so good against Hero, and Hero was like, "No, I don't want to play SOS in the next round." In fact, that's who he beat at IEM and all that. Like, SOS is I mean, you give him a best of 5 PvP. Who is going to beat him in a best of 5 PvP?
I don't think anybody.
I don't think anybody, Tasteless.
Let's see what tricks SOS has up his sleeve in this next PvT. Keep in mind, if he wins here, he has to face off against Keen, but the real question is, how many times can Keen beat SOS? Is it possible that as we have more and more games with Keen versus SOS, SOS eventually comes out on top?
Yeah.
That's usually what happens when you have players and one is simply better, is over time,
more games you play,
the wins build up.
Yeah.
Our map for map number 1 will be Proxima Station. This is Bunny versus SOS. The loser of this best of 3 is out of the GSL Code S. In the blue, our Terran player.
Dust Gaming, Bunny.
In the upper right, in the red,
Jin Air Green Wings, SOS.
I feel like SOS is halfway between like humans merging with AI. You know, with his crazy strats and play styles.
He's, well, the craziness, though, isn't something I would think about with AI as much, right? I would think about that with, like...
But that's because he's half human, half AI.
Yeah? So the human part is crazy, and then the AI part...
Well, it's like he's still got this human element to it, but there's like a supercomputer that's helping him process the details.
I feel like he's part like Electron. Okay, hear me out on this.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, he has electrons in him, of course, but part Electron, because it's like, you know, Electron, like, you can, like, either, what is it? You can either know where it is, or, like, you can't, like, know where and when it is, but you can know either, or something like that. There's, like, you can't measure everything about Electron at once. And then it's kind of like the same thing with S. Keep with me for a second.
I think we're going to get flamed by somebody who has any kind of education in science. Like, guys, never talk about science again.
It's been a long time since I was in high school. You know, even longer since I listened to the teacher. But SOS, it's like you can never know where he is on the map and what he's doing at the same time, right? You can know one or the... Like, it's so hard to figure out this guy in a series.
Yeah, it really is.
Just like an Electron.
Just like, yes, you nailed it.
Even if Bunny had an electron microscope, I think it would be very tough for him, Tasteless. People are like, whoa, you're so... If he was a Pokemon, he'd be an electric-type Pokemon, Tasteless.
For sure.
That's what I'm really trying to say here.
SOS support. Thought it was a DT over there, right? In that drawing?
Was it?
I think so.
It could have been.
Or it could have been a Templar with ice cream cones for hands. I'm not sure.
Well, Tassels.
Already.
Stargate on the way.
How long have you been calling me Tassels for?
Long time.
Was this back when we did Brood War together, or was this when we started StarCraft?
It was sometime during StarCraft 2.
Artosis confessed to me that when he would read my name on Battle.net, because we knew each other as players online before we became friends in real life, he just would read it as Tassels in his head, even though he knew it said Tasteless.
Yeah, I do that a lot with names in books and stuff, especially like fantasy books where there's some weird name.
Oh, that's happened to me a lot, where I start talking to somebody about the book, and they say the name, and I'm like, is that how you actually say it? Because
a lot of names in fantasy books for me is actually like, you know, Prince's symbol, where you just look at that and you know who it is.
Yeah.
But you don't have a word for that.
Yeah.
So that's like what I do with like a lot of stuff, where I'm just like, oh, there's that word. That's why like a lot of times people are like, oh, you don't say that word right. I'm like, yeah, I never say that word. I don't know what you want. I like know what it means, but I don't know how to say it. like for instance, chitinous. First time I ever said that, I said chitinous, and someone was like, wait, what did you say? It's like chitinous. You know, like a beetle? Like, it's chitinous? Like, yeah, a lot of stories.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So in our previous cast, we talked about how SOS refuses to die.
Oh!
Oh!
No! That's so big.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Bunny right now is just licking his lips. He's going to have rabbit for dinner, and it's going to be keen.
Yeah. This is, that's just so bad when that happens.
No, if you lose that first Oracle... Now, remember back to the game that he played against Keen on this map, where he went for the same strategy, the fast third base, had the Oracle. The Oracle was tagging everything, keeping Keen back, allowing for the Phoenixes to fly and pick up Widowmines over and over and over, and now he's lost that crucial unit. Yeah, he could remake it, but that's expensive. It eats into Phoenix build time.
It delays his tech overall.
By now, he had already killed a Widowmine against Keen. He had already started whittling things down. You got to whittle the Widow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he just catches this one because he's SOS.
Things are being widowed down, but... Yeah. Okay, so he does get that one mine, which is good. Obviously, he still has to be very cautious. And, oh my god, not in the same location as before.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Jeez Louise.
That was pretty bad.
This is going really bad for SOS right now. The thing is, this guy doesn't really fall apart mentally ever. Like, I can never think of a time.
SOS, you mean?
Yeah, like, I guess...
I don't feel like he has that many...
I don't think he has many
levels
hang-ups.
of emotions
yeah.
when he's playing a game. Like, I don't think he's really nervous. I don't think he's really anxious or excited.
I feel that way as well. He makes mistakes. Like, people will point out, like, missing Colossus range against Beyond or something, but it's like, I don't think that is a nerves thing.
Yeah, no, I think he just literally forgets it.
Yeah.
You know, you look at some other players, you can see the emotion.
Yeah.
When SOS, you know, you get a shot of him in between games, you can't even really tell if he won or lost.
The way he plays, it's like he would be a very good poker professional player, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know? Like,
Artosis.
Ooh, he wants that Raven bad. He gets it pretty easily.
All 4 Ravens are alive right now.
Yeah,
some of them very badly damaged, but until they're killed, that's still a lot of extra work they can do.
He's picking off a decent amount of stuff so far, really. A Raven, 4 Marines, a Widowmine. That's not too bad considering he lost the Oracle so early. With the Oracle, this is so much easier. Prism on the way. A lot of Adepts and Glaives. This is just exactly the same stuff he's going against Keen. And Bunny should be completely aware of that. So hopefully for his sake, he's actually going to be ready for this first push.
The Observer's going to come in here. Now this is where he can start getting mines, possibly picking up tanks. Because as long as there aren't a ton of Marines around them. Okay, I don't know about that. That was a little unnecessary, but okay.
Yeah. I think he wanted to pick it up before it saw the Adepts coming in, but alas, was not going to happen. Where's that Prism at now?
Oh, okay, it's actually headed across the map as we speak.
Looks like it's going towards the back natural, as opposed to the right side of the main base. So at least, I believe he went to the right side of the main base last time. And look, with those Marines being dropped in the main, that might be what Bunny thinks is going to happen. Oh no, he's actually just landing out there, so...
Well, it's smart because he knows there's probably a Warp Prism coming, so there might be some preemptiveness to put Marines back there, in which case it might make this attack up here pretty strong.
Ooh, it takes Adepts 1,000 years.
Here we go, picking up these siege tanks. Wow. It is just Adept versus Marine.
Yeah, the tanks won't stay up forever. They do start to fall down a little bit here. Some of the Phoenixes being picked off as well. The missile turret helping out. The Adepts add a little bottleneck right there. The depot goes down as well, so good job by Bunny.
More Adepts are being warped in. There's no control on the low ground here for Terran. The SCVs have not yet been evacuated. Looks like he's going to go try to get this depot over here. Cancels that to stay back since he can massacre all the SCVs that are still mining. What few remain here this expansion.
He actually hid quite a few back there, so that's a good job by Bunny, keeping a big chunk of his economy still alive. The Phoenixes come in, pick up some Marauders and Marines here as well.
SOS did it again, man. GG. SOS is just, look, he knows how to use that Phoenix adept style of play.
Yeah, he's very good with it. I have to be critical of Bunny because this was exactly the same thing he did against Keen on this map.
Yeah.
And it looked like the same thing the entire time. So I feel like Bunny, you know, to be fair, maybe he was just really focusing heavily on his TVTs, right? And like,
yeah, it's possible.
Really just wasn't thinking of, like, I should be watching this and having an idea of what might occur. But yeah, anyways, there we have it. SOS takes game number 1. Next map going to be Abyssal Reef.
Let's see how Bunny does in this game. You know, SOS, he's had some bumpy games, but he's still bringing that classic SOS play, which is just really brainy. You know that quote we have, what does SOS do when he sees something really weird? I know this exactly.
Oh, yeah. He knows.
He's like, oh, 4 tanks, some of the Marines in the main.
And you only have
most
27 SCVs, so,
yeah.
you know.
I was like, oh, that's fine, because I know this exactly.
Yeah.
Just comes in, picks up all the tanks.
It is. He has a beautiful mind, Tasteless.
It's true, man. He's really quite a genius. Bunny needs to win this game and the next, or he's eliminated. These two players now fighting to face off against Keen.
Yeah,
that last
something
match.
They both won, I think.
I think so. Let's get ready, guys. We are going into game number 2 on the map of Abyssal Reef. In the bottom right, in the blue, he is
Dust Gaming, Bunny.
in the upper left, in the red.
Jin Air Green Wings, SOS.
La cucaracha. He refused to die in the round of 32. I don't think the round of 16 is going to be an exception.
No, I think you're right about that.
Like the cockroach species, it will be around long after we are gone. Whether it be global warming, mass disease, war.
Whatever it may be.
Whatever it may be. When the aliens come down,
SOS will be
and
the
find
final
our
pro gamer.
Civilization run by AIs.
Cockroach AIs.
And well, yeah, but then also the cucaracha will still live.
Yes.
Because this guy just is, it's so hard to beat him in a best of 5.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, there's a chance that SOS starts to lose this game and immediately dives into the air ducts like an alien, okay? And Bunny's screaming, firing his shotgun as the lights are going out.
Right into the vents. Just never quite gets
We hear him skidding around in there. It becomes a horror movie. You know, in the horror movies when the protagonist, or not necessarily the main protagonist, but the guy that's going to get killed, he's like, who's there? Show yourself, you coward!
Well, that's when La Cucaracha.
Is it La Cucaracha? I think it's La Cucaracha.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. We're not actually trying to sound smart here.
No. Well, that's a fact. No one will ever accuse us of that, Tasteless. Oh my God.
Hold on. Reaper coming up now.
We're almost like the guy that you can pay $5 to say anything to put on YouTube. That's what we are. That's
yeah,
what the
maybe
GSL
like
cast
half
is.
a step above that.
Yeah.
All right. Robotics facilities on the way.
Now, this could be a build like we saw Newkirk against Keen, you know, when he does like the big rush. Oh, actually, it's a little bit different because he has a depth, so not sure exactly what it'll be. The thing is, you can go into macro play or all in with such an early robo. Like, you could go straight into Colossus, and that can be like kind of a strong way to play against Terran, or you could go into like an adept drop type of thing too.
I think that's one of the strengths of going for robo is even if it's scouted initially, it doesn't always tell you what exactly is going to happen.
There's no perfect counter to robo play.
Yeah.
It's just like robo and Stargate are both just kind of very flexible openers.
They still remain in the realm of ambiguity. I mean, you certainly know what the options are, but you can't always break it down. And there's still that scale between on the right side, like this is an all-in. This game is intended, the strategy he's using is intended to make this game end in maybe 8 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Or the other side of the scale, which is that this player's fine with this game going on for as long as he wants. He's just teching up and getting all these tools.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit ambiguous, and it's probably why it's a good build for SOS to pick here.
He's got the Prism, he's got 3 gates, so it's going to be some Adept pressure for sure. The Twilight is the follow-up. I mean, probably into Glaives. Occasionally you'll see like the Protoss throw down if they think they're going to do a lot of damage and you get a DT Shrine, that can be nice because you're forcing Mules out a lot.
As you can see, that Widowmine does get repaired over there. He's going to pick up the Warp Prism now. Oh, no, he's just going to go for the front, actually.
Looks like it. Glaives on the way. 3 more Adepts. This is a solid amount of units right now. Don't forget, Point Defense Drone does eat up Adept shots.
Okay, he sees where the Widowmine is. And he's going to... This is really good. Look at this, out of range of the auto turret here.
Yeah, immediately. And in fact, the mine isn't there either. That was like kind of weird where Bunny stood his units during this. But going to shade up to that high ground right now. Prism kind of flying in.
Well, he can just keep pumping Adepts from here. Yeah. He also can shade out whenever he wants. Okay.
Yeah, he can kill this off, no problem.
You so sick. Oh, what?
Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to micro back for a second there to make sure the Widowmine hit doesn't get off before the rest of the Adepts can fire. Obviously, the animation of those lasers they fire have to connect. Well, Bunny right now is lifted off. He's turtling on one base.
Yeah.
And like this basically cost SOS nothing. And by the way, in case you're wondering, you're asking yourself, well, doesn't this just look really basic? Why are we seeing a strategy like this where he just makes some Adepts and attacks at the front of his base? How does that working? This is so basic that Bunny's not expecting it. Even with a Warp Prism, you usually try to warp in somewhere and try to get them out of location, but
he's kind of like abusing the more technical openings that everyone uses, right?
Yeah,
it's like Bunny is getting up into like a Raven and an early Widowmine and just very few actual units. So
it's like some of these cheesy proxies you see that like are not always at high level ladders, but then you'll see somebody like Parting use one of those in a finals because it's usually discounted.
Yeah.
As an option, as a possibility. And this worked really well. I mean, Bunny's setup was really technical, but he kind of neglected the front of his base because that seemed pretty obvious. They don't normally go through the front door in high-level StarCraft 2.
Oh,
no,
boy.
This is not good.
No,
he
not
warps
good at
right
all.
in there. He's going to take out that tank.
Yeah, he's got the Glaives now as well. He's actually shaded on top of 2 of the different siege tanks.
Whoa, some miscontrol there.
Yeah, the main group of Adepts not doing quite as well as all the units pop out, but at the natural, he is killing off so many SCVs.
Wow. I'm not sure how recoupable this is at this point in time. He's going to just keep shading on these tanks here.
Well, he's starting to lose a few of these Adepts at least. The Siege Tank's doing a pretty good job. It takes Adepts about 1 million hits to actually kill a Siege Tank, but they've killed so many SCVs that even if he loses all these, he has his 3rd base, Blink on the way, Colossus Tech on the way. Does it even matter that he lost all those?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Adepts are fine if you could trade in and kill workers and some of their army, then you're okay. It's not like if you're fighting with all these Colossi or Immortals where you lose that and you go, oh, man.
Yeah.
These are core replenishable units.
In this case, it's more like Bunny has the Colossi and the Immortals, and he's the one whittling them down here, And look at another Siege Tank goes down, almost gets that Viking off. Going to continue to kill off more SCVs.
This was the rare moment we got to see a Viking get microed into the air to keep it alive.
More Adepts coming up, the shade towards that high ground.
He's not going to let that get repaired here. The tank is pretty well placed. It's not going to be easy, especially with the SCVs right there.
Yeah.
To actually hit the tank, but
it's like you can't kill him because of those siege tanks, but
right. Oh my God.
You're not mining. He's not even mining at this point, and like SOS is doing so much at home right now.
So he doesn't actually care.
Yeah.
He's fine coming down here. He's going to kill off all these ads.
Oh my God. The economy just shattered. Look how low that command center is.
He needs to get something over there to repair this. It's at about 80 HP.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Oh, get in there, get repair. Is he going to get the repair?
He's going to just target this down.
Oh,
Cases.
get
Oh, SCV's come. I think it would have been cool if he had let that shade finish to kill the CC.
Yeah.
Tank splash plus 1 volley. Bam, done. Right.
Well, I believe this game's moments away. Yeah, there it is. GG. I was going to say, I believe this game is moments away from finishing up.
Wow.
SOS just looking like, he's from another world. You know what? He is.
He certainly is. This guy is an alien if anyone is. The true reptilian of Protoss.
I'm like, hold on, guys. I'm going to find out if he's an alien. I run down there with a box cutter and cut his wrist, and he just bleeds red, and he's looking at me all scared. I'm like, oh, shit. I just run back up here. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I think that's assault. I thought he might bleed green or something, but no, he's just he's a person like everybody else. Not really like everybody else, but
no,
he
not
is
so much.
Very impressive. Now, if you didn't see the beginning of our show here tonight, SOS actually lost to Keen, and Keen played really well.
Yeah.
SOS was doing the same strategies that we saw him use against Bunny back there, but Keen was actually surviving. Now, the question is, with SOS a bit more practiced today.
Well, he's warmed up now. He kind of gets Keen, I think, a little bit better than before. And let's not forget, 2 of the games he lost his detection on early rushes. So I think he'll be a bit more careful against Keen, and I'm expecting him still to go through.
We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, our final